I'm Johnny.
Joanna. And
There's a good start.
we live on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, and we have a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old.
And we're moving.
We
started our freaking budget about 2.5 years ago. We were about to have our first daughter, and we felt like that was a good opportunity to sort of get our money in check.
Yeah.
I'm an advertising major, Joanna's an editing major, so we figured if we could figure this out, pretty much anyone could. The first thing for us, starting a budget every month, but also starting a budget when we very first started out, was really understanding what the motivation was. If we're going to do this, if we're going to track our expenses and every single month we're going to be diligent in budgeting, we have to find the motivation, the why behind why we're keeping that budget. So when we very first started out budgeting, it was getting out of debt. When we had our first daughter, it was saving for her birth. Then it was saving for her, 529 and college expenses, saving for retirement. And right now, our motivation is to afford a down payment on a house.
We have our different categories of our budget.
So we've got entertainment and personal and rent and utilities.
And we also have an everything else category, and it kind of varies from month to month. And that's our way of keeping our budget where it doesn't get too laborious. And what that is like, we'll have entertainment, medical, baby supplies, dry cleaning, things, pet supplies, things that we don't spend the same on each month. And also gifts is our other rollover category.
We make sure to not over-categorize. We made that mistake early on where we had a candy budget and it was just silly.
Cleaning supplies.
Yeah, and at that point it just gets ridiculous. And so for us it's important that we set categories to help sort of direct our spending, but make sure that it doesn't get overbearing.
You have to actually track your expenses on a daily basis in real time. That's what keeps you aware of your spending.
Just because you fail one month doesn't mean that your budget's shot for the rest of your life. It just means, hey, I messed up last month and this next month's gonna be better.
It's not gonna be perfect. You're going to fail. Go into it like knowing you're going to fail some months. And it's okay. And we did. I think our second month was like a total bust when we first started a budget. We just got back on the horse and we were able to pay off our debt faster than we had even planned to in the first place.
When we first started budgeting, we used a cash-only system. A lot of people call it an envelope system, and basically you take your categories and you put the amount of money in cash in each of those envelopes. What's really cool about it is that it's tangible, so instead of looking at an Excel spreadsheet or your phone, you actually see, oh, I have $5 left for my food budget this month and I'm gonna run out. It's a really good psychological way to sort of get yourself in the mindset of, this is how much money I have this month, and when it runs out, it runs out. We make it a point every few months to renegotiate our cell phone bill and our cable bill just by calling them up, and works pretty good. We make it a point to try to avoid using taxis and Uber as much as possible. It's just so easy to get into that lifestyle.
Especially with 2 kids, it's so tempting.
So there's certainly circumstances when we make that happen, and this will probably make us sound crazy, but when we go to Costco up in Harlem, we'll bring a duffel bag and a suitcase, and we'll get all the groceries into that.
We ride the bus there.
Yep, and we ride it home. We look for any opportunity we can to just find little areas of life that, while it might make it a little bit more difficult, the cost savings are worth it for us so that we can put that little extra toward whatever goal we're working toward.
It doesn't have to be boring, and it doesn't have to be something that, is a huge stress in your life. You can pretty easily take control of your finances, and it ends up bringing a lot of freedom into your life.